welcome everyone. Welcome Thursday readings. I'm Brooke, aka Intuitive Focus, and I've come to do some readings for you. So people, please share us out. I'm doing the same thing. I'm still sharing out. I've done a few share out. Now I'm going to do a few more share out. Well, I'm just going to actually share it to my personal page. How's everyone today? How are you all going? All you gorgeous people. G'day, Michelle. How are you going? Welcome. How's everyone? There's a lot of quiet people. People just lurking. Oh my god. There's always lurkers. Hey lurkers, not saying anything. Keyboard got your tongue? No, they probably got 100 things doing, and they're like, hey man, I'm just looking on my phone. Stop hassling me. That's okay. Christian. Oh, here comes trouble. How you going? People, welcome to Thursday reading. I thought I'd come on and do some. I might have a guest on with me later this show. They're a bit busy, so people, please just clear yourself, get ready, grab a cup of coffee, grab something, take it easy, just sit down, have if it's the morning, have your first coffee for the day, grab it, or if it's put your feet up, sit down, rest back, and just go, hey man, it's time to get a reading, time to have a coffee, time to have a reading, wherever part of the world is. I'm sure I'll have a message for most of you. I will start with a group reading for everyone. I'm just going to switch profiles for a second. So I'll read who I'm drawn to. I have a couple of freebies to give away. If you want to guarantee extended donated reading, please donate. Exchange of energies would be much appreciated. Where am I doing? There it is. Okay, I'll just get onto there, and I will get my PayPal happening for you beautiful people. Copy, paste. So people, exchange of energies. I come on it. Just posting that, pin that. Okay. Now, here comes trouble. Now I got to change that. Now I got to change all the banners and do all that. And my God. No, you're right. Only take 5 seconds. Oh, what happened? Did I scare him off? Oh my God, I scared him off. Okay, now I'm ready for you. Now we're ready. Okay. People. I'm a milk latte. Yum. I better get some cards. I use some old school cards today. Yeah. I like those ones, but animal spirit. I'm feeling animal spirit. Okay. Maybe because it's the closest deck. So, people, I'm going to start with a group reading for everyone else, except for you. Does that even make sense? No, I'm going to start a group reading for everyone, except for Cindy. No, it's for Cindy as well. Who can I leave out? I can leave out no one. I'm not going to leave out anyone. I'm not going to leave out anyone at all. But I will first put my headphones on in case Sir Staffy comes in. He was lurking around. I don't know if he's having technical difficulties or anything like that. Okay. Wait a sec. Sound isn't good. How's it sound now? That's weird. Why doesn't it sound good? Okay, I'll just check the sound. I'll just check my settings. Audio. Let's use my mic. That's weird. It's like a proper mic. I don't know. Is it testing? Is it good? That's good. Okay, people. Welcome. Group reading for everyone. Take what resonates. Yeah, Cindy, what did happen to Staffy? He came on there for like 1 second. You beated him out. Oh, the boss has spoken. Okay, well, that's it. Cindy, thank Thank you, Cindy. Please don't boot me out. You can boot me out, but then you'll be doing all the readings. No, I'm not gonna try not to go there. That could end in tears. Okay, group reading for the collective. So take what resonates with people and what doesn't resonate. Give to Tanya. She's sitting there talking about how the sound's not good and she's going to get out of here and come back in. So she can take it. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. How you going?
I'm good. I couldn't get on
then.
Technical issues.
Whew. Okay, group reading for everyone else. Except for everyone else except for Steffi. Yeah, I like reading for you, man. Sorry. You came in. Cindy has spoken.
Okay. This big boss has spoken. High pressure.
People, the universe is talking about struggle at the moment. Okay, it's talking about the struggle within all of us. We have all these. It's the time now where the world is just doing topsy-turvy fucking crap. Okay, to put it nicely. Okay, topsy-turvy crap, and we're getting dragged in. Our emotions are getting dragged in. There's all sorts of stuff happening. It's just going off tap. Okay, and what happens is when stuff goes off tap, we can, the first thing we do is we go external to try to fix everything. Okay, how can I do that? Sometimes we have to go external. We need to deal with stuff, but and sometimes we get into the blame game. But sometimes it basically at the end of the day it comes down to us. And I've got a card here saying, look, I've got a connected card which is see beyond your current situation, the Seers card. Right? And I've got trust in your instincts, which is the bottom card, and that's inverted. So people when the instincts are cutting in, we're looking at things at face value. Okay. And then we get caught up in the external world and we go to the blame game. Sometimes we need to. We're in the 3D. Sometimes we got to look at the blame D. We got to look at the 3D. But the first card I've got, the main card, is the magical guardian. Unlock the magic within. So I've got listen to your instincts, unlock the magic within. Confidence is the key to success. See beyond your current situation. To me, that's the universe saying, people, bring it back to yourself. You're more powerful than you realize. We don't always have to go external, and we like to have vent. We like to get advice, and we do that. We're humans. But at the end of the day, this stuff doesn't stop until we go within and we center ourselves and go, okay, what am I here to learn? What do I need to do? How can I empower myself to get past this? Sometimes it's just going to battle in the mind. Okay, shifting the perception, looking for stuff that we don't want to deal with, acknowledging emotions that just keep playing away. All this stuff comes up and it doesn't go away till we start to deal with it ourselves and unlock the magic within. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we need assistance to go through this. Okay, but the confidence is key to success. People know that you can do this because left undone, frustration, and we just feed these negative energies, and they go into more negativity, and we go round and round and round and round. And as the more we feed it, we feed the emotion, then we get more inside of our head, and then that builds the emotion, and the emotion gets us more inside of our head, and it builds and it builds, and it becomes nothing but heartache. It becomes nothing but burden, and we crawl ourselves into a little ball where we struggle to get out of it. But this is saying, we can shift it. Okay, but we've got to get into the game to shift it, and we've got to acknowledge that, and we've got to try to shift these things ourselves, because at the end of the day, as much as assistance as someone else helps us, okay, and sometimes we need assistance or guidance, we have to shift these things ourselves. Why? Because it's our experience, it's our journey, and no one else can do it for us. Except for Caroline Thomas. She can, can't you? Can't you, Caroline? Yes? No? Okay, so that's it. It's just coming back to people. Look at the big picture of things. What are you trying to achieve? What are you hoping to do? Okay, because when we focus on, because what's happening is when something comes along, as we're focusing on what's actually happening, when in the big picture of things, we should be focused. We should be going below the surface. Okay, we should be looking at things subjectively, not objectively on the surface level as an object. We should be going deeper. We should be going deeper underneath the level and ask ourselves, okay, why am I feeling like this? What do I need to look at in myself? Okay, like positive changes coming into my life, please. Carolyn, Thomas, if you're listening to this, if you're listening to this reading at the moment, this is what it's talking about. It's talking about if we want positive changes in our life, they don't just come along. We have to go deep within inside ourselves, and we have to learn from our situation. We have to be the positive change. We have to instigate it. Okay, which is not always easy. But life is what we make of it, and no matter what we go through, we have to be that positive change. Okay, we have to be no matter what catalysts come along, everything that happens is a catalyst for change. Okay, so we're going to look at ourselves. How do we change? Can we change? Sometimes we just have to sit back and we just have to watch what's happening, and it's painful. And sometimes we just have to sit back and watch it and go, well, is there anything to me to take? Or maybe I just have to, I have to wait it out until I get some clarity. Doesn't it? But be assured that everything happens for a reason, people. So it's about unlocking the magic within. And at the end of the day, this is why we have to be accountable, because we're the only ones. It's the only interface we have, people. It's the only interface we have. Okay. And the last card I've got is the Dragonfly Spirit. It's inverted. Truth transcends illusion. And when we go blaming everything, when we go blaming everything external, okay, we do it on a surface level. And we can create more illusion sometimes. Sometimes it's what's needed. Okay, but I got this. Get truthful about what's going on, people. On all levels. And sometimes there's something to learn within, there's something to blame within ourselves, and there's something to blame externally too. But we can't lie about it. We're going to be truthful on all levels. And then we'll start to transcend the illusion. Okay? That was a reading for everyone else. Take what resonates and what doesn't resonate. Give to Samantha. Give to Samantha. She won't mind.
All I want to add to that is we can keep focusing on what is happening out there, or we can start focusing on ourselves. A lot is shifting, and if the focus is constantly on what is happening in the world itself, you'll lose yourself in that, and you'll miss what the energies are, because the energies are all personal for each one of us. Bring your focus to yourselves, and don't focus too much on what is happening out in the world. Keep your focus in the moment and just be yourselves. There is much changing, and again, to acknowledge that change, it's bringing the focus to yourself and not giving the focus to what is happening out there. And hopefully you can work with what is occurring. Choices are to be made, and the choices that we all have is, well, do we want to hold on to how it is out there, or do we want to go somewhere else and see things differently? There is a split, and the split is occurring, whether one wants it to occur or not. It is more being with yourself and acknowledging how things are shifting. And once you can see that shift itself, separate from it, things will flow a little bit easier. Don't hold on to what you're seeing and what you're observing. Just allow it to be. Keep your focus to yourselves. No, anything else? Hello, Michelle. Hi, Caroline. And hello, Samantha. And Cindy, I don't know what's going on. I've been having issues with Facebook all day today.
Are they Facebook's issues, Steffi, or are they yours? Did you go internal?
I've been avoiding Facebook,
Nah,
so I
it's
think it's
Facebook.
just
Yeah,
ignoring you.
it's
Yeah, it's
just
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah, I know. I didn't go there. Oh my God, can you? Oh, such a cut and paste. My God.
I know, I like those cut and pastes. They're good.
I know, but like, can they even get a name right? Like, if they go like Steve the Psychic or something like that, it's sort of half. It's half doable.
It's a story that you're creating for yourself, Caroline. No one can make you do anything unless you choose to do it. I always say no, walk away. No one can force anything unless you're allowing them to force it on you. You're the one that's in control of where you are. And if you want to believe that someone else has control, well, then that's your belief. And that's how it's going to work. Take responsibility. People, if we don't take responsibility for ourselves, and it's always somebody else's issue or somebody else has made me do this, well,
Then we're the victim.
yeah. I
Then
mean,
we're always a
the
victim.
drama. I mean, I can easily sit here and allow others to create dramas for me that, I can go and focus on and pretend that I'm doing something about it. But I mean, it's not my drama. Why should I focus on it? Doesn't matter who wants to throw anything at me. Your choice. You choose to either hold on to it. You can always say no. And yeah, I'm not going to listen. Yeah, I'm going to say, oh, but they're this person or they're that or they're this. And yeah, yeah. Well, what story do you want to create and what excuses will you give yourself to maintain that drama that is occurring in your life at this moment? You're in control and your choices.
Okay, people, we have a reading to give away. Okay. Actually, I don't know if we have a reading to give away. I think I just gave it away. So I think it's gone now. No, we still have a reading to give away. Courtesy of when I see my mouse pointer on my computer and I can get it up. It's not actually this. I'm getting there, people. I'm getting there. So if you pick the magic number, you get the magic reading. So people pick a number between 10 and 30. Okay. If it's
And Caroline, I don't know what the situation is, and I'm not going to focus too much on that, but I will say to you, why have you put yourself in that position? Have you ever thought about that? Have you asked yourself, why am I in this position? Why did I put myself in this position? We make choices for ourselves. We might not be aware of them, but a choice has been made, and this is where you are. Is it a natural drama, or is it something that you just don't want to be doing anymore?
It can be hard caring for certain people, when they're going through stuff, and sometimes we need to get help.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just got to see it out and not take it personally. It's fucking hard. It's not easy, Carolyn. It's not fucking easy at all. But we can make it harder by focusing on how hard we got it.
Start looking at what you can do. Have you looked at what you can do and start from there? How can you make it easier for yourself? People between 10 and 30. I don't know how you get 55 out of 10 and 30 or 5 between 10 and 30. So start looking at what you can do. If you're looking at all the things that you don't want to be doing, maybe start looking at things that you can do to make your life easier, make both lives easier.
So we can do. Let's move forward.
That's the amount that you can guess, and you can just donate that one.
Oh, good on you. Let's go, Sam, man. That's it. I thought there was something about you today, Sam. That's why I started picking on you early. Did you donate? Canadian dollars. Well, that's it. If you donated, Sam, and you get the number, then you can actually pay it forward.
That's what I just said.
Or then get 2 whole readings with different decks. Decks of cards. You bloody Yanks, don't go there. I don't know. Some of you girls have got grotty minds.
One. What you can do one day at a day, one day at a time, one moment at a time, 1 minute at a time. What is occurring right now, that is all you can do.
Hey, Margaret. Between 10 and 30, Margaret, is what people are going for. And they're pretty slow at the moment, Margaret. So maybe the magic number's waiting for you. Oh, just give it a rest, Sam. No, you're right. I'll give you a clue, people. The number is between 10 and 30. How about that? Lucky number. A number, Karen, between 10 and 30 to give away a reading. A lucky reading. With a lucky number to get a lucky reading. Have another guess, people. Otherwise, Sam's eventually going to get it. Because she's just that good, aren't you, Sam? Okay, people. Yeah, we're giving away a free reading between 10 and 30. I have no idea what the lucky number is, apparently, but that's okay because Cindy does. And when she sees some... Oh, fine. No. What do you want me to do? What do you mean? I'll just sit here and just like...
Oh, no.
Look pretty. I can sit here and look... I can sit here and look pretty.
Well,
but
you
that will probably... Then...
You're not pretty. No matter how much you sit there, you can't look pretty.
Oh, look. With the 60. Oh.
No, just don't. Cindy, bang.
What if I kiss this frog? Will I turn into a prince?
No, but I don't know what happened to this.
Stop it, you two. I'm trying to get numbers here.
Hasn't someone got it already?
10 and 30. People? No one has it yet. I'm out of here. I got to watch.
Hi, Loretta.
No, they haven't got it either.
No.
Have they?
No.
No one's got the number yet. I'll tell you, some of you have been close, and yet some of you have been so far away. So I just gave you a hint, which doesn't actually help, but that's the whole point of... No, it's between 10 and 30, Margaret. And I'll give you a hint. It's not 10 and it's not 30.
Focus on... if you focus on me, you might get it.
It's about quarter past, actually. It's 10:18 at the moment, where I am. But that's the time, not the number. Come on, people. Guess the magic number. Otherwise, I'm going to go and get some hummus. Okay. Michelle, what do you need to know? What have you been practicing with? Have you been missing or practicing, or what have you been trying to do lately, spiritually wise, Michelle? That's good. There's you still feel the tug though, Michelle? Hey Yvonne, how you going, gorgeous? People, we've already got Michelle's got the magic number. Okay, just look. Just keep setting now. You're gonna get stuff come and by. You're gonna have all these conversations in your head back in. Okay, this is the ego likes to keep us in the know. As soon as we get something done, it tries to drag us back in. There'll be a voice in your head that will act as your intuition, it'll act as your higher self, and you'll be going, "Oh, do you really care about this person? Rah, rah, rah. You should be getting involved, and you should be helping, and this and that." And it's going to try to drag you in. It's going to try to distract you. It's going to try to turn you upside down, and it's going to try to cause havoc because that's what it does. Okay, so you're going to get a lot of messages at the moment, but that's okay. Time for you to bring it back to yourself. And you've heard Steffi talking about centering. This is when we don't go into reaction mode. We pull ourselves back. And you know what? When we focus on ourselves, okay, when we focus on ourselves, it's very time to take care of our needs. And this is like getting our quiet time, getting our grounding time, getting out of our heads, getting out, as you said, you're getting out of people's dramas, and it's a time for you now to almost, it feels like almost go into make time to go into hermit mode and take care of some of you. You need to take care of some stuff for you. Okay, this is talking about the meditation. This is talking about the quiet time, because okay, as you try to step away from certain things, to bring yourself clarity, to bring yourself that space, there's going to be latches on. And there's going to be, sometimes when we just start doing the right thing, or we start to make the effort to, okay, look, I need to deal with this and I'm starting to move away, then sometimes the fucking shit comes in and it puts its little hooks in, and gives us a shake and does all that. That's okay. Okay, it's just what it does. It tries to drag us back. Three things happen as we try to raise in vibration, we try to move away from something. Okay, three things will happen. One, this stuff will try to rise and assist us to move up. Two, it'll just go away from us. Three, it'll try to drag us back down to the former lower vibration. But at the moment, there's going to be stuff that's playing on your heart, because I feel a bit of a heavy heart for you at the moment, Michelle, with a couple of stuff that you're starting to see stuff. If you're trying to set boundaries, and sometimes it hurts. It's hard. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of a heavy heart for a while. Okay, that's just a part of the parcel, part of the process. But what happens is if you start neglecting yourself, start neglecting your center, okay, it will give you a heavy heart, and this is when this is where we get dragged back in. This is when we get dragged back in. We get too caught. We don't do the work. We don't recenter ourselves. Okay, we get caught up in the emotion. It happens to me all the fucking time. Steffi's fucking sick of hearing of me. Okay, but that's it. We're gonna just come back to center. Come back to center. Okay, because when we're not in center, we don't see things from the higher perspective. Then we get caught into the drama of things and the drama around us, and it's hard when it's family and it's loved ones and it's friends. It's fucking hard. But when we see things from a higher perspective, sometimes we just have to remove ourselves. Okay, where we can get somewhere and get some clarity. Okay, that's okay. Don't answer to anyone. Don't have to, but you're. You know, the universe has got your back at the moment. The universe is sending in. So you're not going through this alone. It's going to feel alone. But I just keep getting that you have to take care of your needs. This means there's some self-discipline. This means some self-work, and you've got to get serious about it. Otherwise, if you don't have any formal structure, it will wear you down and drag you back into the crap that you're trying to deal with. It's sneaky. It's sneaky like that. It's sneaky little stuff. So what have I got for you cards? Okay, see, look, your main action card came in as the autumn card. Release the old and rest. Okay. This means that this stuff is going to be playing on your mind. And look, I pulled this card next to it to expand on it. But you know what? It didn't expand on it. This says, what do you need to release? And I got the autumn card. These are your action cards. What do you need to release? Release the old and rest. Okay. Sometimes when we deal with stuff, when we heal stuff, everything changes, Michelle, and we can't go back because it will just make us miserable. And it's scary. And it hurts. And it's fearful. And we don't know what to expect. We don't know what's going to turn out. But we're going to move forward. We've just got to trust in the universe and go, look, I've got to move with the expansion. And sometimes we just got to let go. And sometimes it really fucking hurts. It really hurts. But we've got to do it, Michelle. This is the stuff. This is the real stuff that we deal with in our real walk. So it's not going to be easy street, but Michelle, just know that there's support around you. There's guides around you. There's support around you, but there's stuff that you need to let go, and it's going to be you're not going to want to let go of it. And the best thing you can do is just start taking care of your needs and coming back to center yourself. Anything you can do to get some clarity within yourself. Because some days that's going to be the only thing that's going to get you fucking through. Okay? This is what happens. This is what happens. It's not easy. It's not fucking easy. But it gets easy. We do get through these things. We get through them or we get dragged back into them. It's up to us. Okay? Most people, and you'll have those days where you throw your hands up or you crawl up in a ball in tears. But that's it. Then you got to snap yourself out of it, dust yourself off, and just start taking care of your needs and moving forward again, Michelle. Okay? This is what a lot of people are doing at the moment. It's hard. It's hard. Okay? But chin up. It won't last forever. Worst case scenario, there's always the next lifetime. Okay? Because, look, I got the stargazer set your sights up. There's better stuff waiting for you, Michelle. Okay? You don't need to know what at the moment. You just need to know what you need to focus on. Focus on yourself, internal, and start releasing the old and moving forward to a shifting in vibration and frequency at the moment. Okay? So you got this. There's a bit of work to do, but you'll get there. And your happy card is the mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. Okay? That means it's just Spirit's way of saying that there's some stuff that we still got to deal with regardless of what we're going through. Okay? I know that You're the one that usually pushes it. You're the one that will push it aside, so you'll know what it is. You'll know what it is. You'll be ignoring it. Okay. I hope that's assisted you, Michelle.
Yeah. I was listening to Brooke because what I pick up and what I sense is very much in line with Brooke has to say, um, which is good on my behalf because it's less that I have to say. But what I'll actually, there's a couple of things here which stood out. Um, Firstly, there's two parts. So there's part of you that you're hiding. It's as though um, not certain. This is the part which it's whether I'm certain or not is really relevant at this moment. But there's an uncertainty there. Um, the uncertainty is directed though, and this is the part of it which is sort of. I think you're more curious than anything else, and that curiosity can assist, or it depends on how you take it. Now, stating that itself. I just read, you want to do the hard work. Doing the hard work. A, there's no point in hiding. For those who know, and it doesn't matter how much one wants to put a barrier or a blockage to not be seen, sometimes we sort of get to a point where when one can see the story, it is just that, and one can look through and past that itself. You need to be honest with yourself, and it comes to the more you're honest with yourself, things will be clearer. To not allow, um, to not, well, to detach from dramas for starters. I'm going to go there. To detach from dramas, don't focus on them. The only reason that there's dramas around is because you give it the energy and the attention. So if you can just stop giving it the energy and the attention that they're seeking, you'll be able to pull away from it a little bit easier. But I feel that there is a question there that you have a deep question that you want to ask. So if you go ahead and ask that, maybe, who knows, there'll be something to be said about it. You have a strong focus, and that focus itself, that attention itself, place it to yourself and use that same focus on yourself. And as you do that, you're how much hard work and how deep do you want to go? Uh, there's a lot to discuss. How much are you aware? And how honest are you about your own awareness? And we'll begin from that. Uh, Keep your focus with your heart chakra and on your breathing. Be present with what is occurring. Don't hold on to what is occurring, just be the observer of it. You can get to that point of just keeping yourself in that moment and just allowing whatever is occurring just to occur, and just let it go afterwards, and just move on from that point to there. If you want to do the hard work, Brooke's around, I'm around. You can get in contact with us, and depends on how much work you've already done to how much you want to go into it. I feel that you are holding back within yourself, hiding from, I think you're more hiding from yourself than others, but those who can see, can see. You have to get back to that trust of yourself again, and you have lost that. There's something there as well. Pay attention to your right side around your sacral. No, it's in between your solar plexus and your sacral, but on your right side of your stomach. And there's an energy blockage there, or there's something there that seems to be grabbing some attention. So just keep an eye on that area there, but I feel it's more energetic than anything else, but it just feels like there's a tension there. But that itself is because now we go to your solar plexus. You have a lot of attachments, or there's a lot of things that you're attaching to. Look into cord cutting and start cutting those cords, and you'll start to release a lot more as well. So there is a lot of releasing that you're required to do to assist you with that. You're not speaking enough, and you can be speaking a lot more. Your throat chakra is dull, can be a little bit brighter, but that's more on you than anything else. Be present. So your base chakra is okay, but you can still do a little bit more work there and get creative again, because you're sort of seeming to slacking off on that creative aspect of yourself. And now with your heart chakra, focus on your heart chakra, open it up again. That which has already happened has already happened, and the more you hold on to it, the more you'll close yourself off, and you will miss that which is before you. And don't focus too much on what your mind is saying, because again, you're overthinking a lot of things. So your third eye is, look, we're not even going to focus there, because that's too much imagination going to even go to that point itself. I don't know what else is going on around you, but there is certain energies that can be dismissed or removed from you. So I don't want to say they're negative or positive. They're just things that you're carrying, and you're just creating certain to be affecting you with for no reason, but you're doing this yourself. There's a lot of things that you're creating by overthinking situations, and energetically, you're having more of a look. I want to say it's an imaginary effect than anything else, but it's a little bit more than just stating it's an imaginary effect. So stop overthinking situations, and the more you stop overthinking them, the less you're going to be affected by your overthinking. Possibly go on more, but there'll be more of a conversation to that itself. I feel that you're looking for something, but to that which you're looking for, the directions that you're focusing on are just more distractions than anything else. So again, bring it back to yourself. Keep yourself grounded. Work on yourself. Work on your chakras. Open yourself up. Do some cord cutting. Clear your past. Bring yourself back to the present, and move forward from there. Other than that, a lot of this is on you, and you need to start taking care of yourself and your thoughts and what you're focusing on. So just bring it back to yourself. I hope that helps you.
Thank you, Michelle. And now we have Samantha. Samantha, you're up. Hello, Samantha. Eleanor, how you going, gorgeous?
Michelle, a lot of that has to do with your focus as well. You see, what you're thinking is what you're attracting. We do that. So, what is it that you're attracting? How are you thinking?
I'm always well, Lenore. And when I'm not, I brush myself up, brush myself off, and then get well. Okay, Sam. Big breath in. Hold it. Then a big breath out. Scream at one of your kids. And then focus on your heart space. So, people, if you don't know Sam, she's got a lot of kids, so I'm just raising her up. She's probably there trying to focus and get a reading, and there's probably kids in the background running amok. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Sam. Where's your focus, Sam? That feels heavy. Sometimes the things are just where are what they are. They're how they are. We can't do much about it. It's in the hands of the universe. And sometimes it's not our experiences, and it can create a lot of burden. But feels like it's wearing you. Yeah, feels like. Feels heavy, Sam. Look, Sam, at the moment, look, the longer you keep yourself in the worry state, in the stress state, or the this is fucking me off, this is pissing me off, or this is doing my head in state, you won't get the clarity. Okay? I feel like there's something you're trying to get answers to, you're trying to work out, you know, and sometimes we can't get answers to it. Sometimes it's just when we just let go and accept something. Sometimes we see another perspective, the universe shows us something, and we're able to get our head around it. But the moment, you know, there's some stuff that's right underneath your nose, but it's all perspective at the moment. At the moment is you've got to let go. You're hanging on to a point of view at the moment, and it's not helping you. It's just creating more stress, and it's stopping you from getting the clarity that you need in the situation at the moment to look into, okay, to bring you some peace, or just we just want to fuck. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard, Sam. Okay, but that clarity, the answers that you need, they will come to you. Okay, they will come to you, but you need to let go of the situation, which is fucking hard sometimes, which is real hard because it just feels like it's something's weighing you down. And it says, so if you hold on to the universe really wants you to work this out for yourself, Sam. Okay? Because if it doesn't, it's going to start closing down your heart. Okay? It's going to go from burden, and then it's going to close down your heart. This is quieting your mind. Okay? So it's a battle of the mind at the moment. Okay? Because it's stressful. But you need to make some changes to the way you're going about it in here. And the universe is like, look, wants you to do this yourself. It wants you to create that space. It wants to show you something. Because we keep going external, and we all do it. I do it. We all do it. And some days we'll go round and around and around and around circles, and something will piss us off, and then until we fucking let go of it, let go of control, accept it for what it is, and just go, I'm done. And it's hard when it's matters of the heart and it's close to us. It's our loved ones, but sometimes we have no fucking choice. And then until we do that, we're attached to outcomes. We're attached to the way we're attached. We've got expectations, and as long as we got that, we've got attachments, and we've got attachments. We'll only see things from a certain perspective. That's why it's so important to let go of these things. So when we can let go of them, we can start to see them for what they are. It's clarity that you seek, Sam, at the moment. Clarity is what you want. You want peace. You want clarity. It's hard, but you're going to have to let go. It's fucking hard. Because when we hold on to certain things that are stressing us out, we do our head in. You know what happens when you do your head in? I used to have a full head of hair. Do you look like me, Sam? When you're 50-ish? Okay. Centering yourself, you need that quiet time in your mind. You've got to create the time, and you've got to create the space in your mind at the moment. The universe is asking you to create that space in your mind, like the meditation. Okay, it all comes back to letting go. Because the first card I've got for you is the High Priestess. Harness the mystic power within. Right? That's inverted, which means two things. One, either it's in your head, you need to do that, or it's not happening. But either way, if it's not happening, that's in your head. Okay, but harness that mystic power. You have to harness the mystic power, and that starts here. That starts in the battle of the mind at the moment. Okay? Starts here. Because there's stuff that you're hanging on to, and the universe just has got stuff. I've got frustration. I've got adjustments that you need to make. This is everyone's stuff's coming up at the moment, Sam. And when our stuff's not coming up, they're using other people's stuff to get at us. Either way, there's an opportunity to learn. There's an opportunity to get clarity. Crunch time is getting here. And we need you to go within, Sam. We need you to do the work. We need you learn how to clear space, because you're going to have to help other people with this, Sam. Because a lot of people are going to need this help real fucking soon. The universe wants you to learn it so you can assist. You know? This is what it's coming to for a lot of us. That's why the fucking... Who knows, we probably signed up to say, hey, universe, if I haven't worked it out by this time, just before that's probably going to happen, just knock it up a level. So I've got no choice but to learn it. It's hard. But there's stuff you're still hanging on to, and it's just meditation, release, the battle of the mind. It's the universe is saying you've got it. And, you know, look, it's hard because we want to close down our heart. And we're going to do all this without closing down our heart. But if we don't do it, we get frustrated and it destroys our heart. It's not easy, Sam. Your angels are around you. They're floating around. Your guides, your guardians, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. The universe is part of the universe that's got you surrounded. All the aspects of you are coming in right now. Aspects of you that have done this before in past lifetimes. They're around you. They're around you to assist. They have knowledge because they've been through stuff. So you'll be getting little prompts. And then you'll focus on the pain in the heart, and it'll tear, and you'll go, fuck all this bullshit. And it'll hurt. But you've got to go back into the mind and go, it's hard. Okay? But this is where the battle is, and we've got to do that to build that clarity, because when we get the clarity, that's when we can see things. We have to actually separate ourselves to a degree so we can have enough space to see from the heart perspective, to see from the big picture, to get that clarity. It's the only way the healing process can truly start, Sam. Okay? Welcome to the advanced class. It ain't fun and game. It ain't finger painting with crystals like in grade 1 and 2. And just nothing's set in stone, Sam. Okay. Because I get that you're projecting, you're going to say, yeah, but if this happens, that happens, this happens, and it's going to be like this. Okay, the universe is saying, Sam, don't get caught up in how you think things are going to work out because you just never know. Okay? But it's time to have confidence in yourself and go, hey, man, I've got this, even though it still my head in. Okay? You got this, Sam. You got this. Okay? You can, this will resolve. You'll get through this, Sam. You will get through this. Okay? And your magic animal card is Dolphin. Live joyfully in the present. Stop thinking of what it could be. Get out of the past. Get out of, because that would just feed emotions. And emotions are entities, Sam. Very present, 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 present. I hope that's assisted you, love. Get in there and kick some ass.
Nice, Sam. I'm not going to be as nice as him. But he's never nice, really, so but this time it was nice.
I wasn't using the unicorn cards. I could have been nicer.
Sam, first place I'm going to go is, Brooke mentioned the heaviness before. I have an emptiness. Now, I'm not going to go chakras at this moment, but physically, and I need to bring it to it. What's going on stomach area? There is this complete coldness or emptiness within you, and it's bringing you down. There's a lot of we can easily speak about being present, but at this moment, you're a little bit far away from being present. As much as you are present, you're not realizing it. You have a lot around you at this moment, and all that which is around you has your attention, and it's draining you. And this is why you're in your head so much, because you're constantly thinking about things that need to be done, and it's not really giving you time to do things that are right for you. Until you find that space for yourself where you can actually detach from your day-to-day doings, you will constantly be in your head. I say everyone has potential. In my opinion, everyone has the potential to uh, be them true selves. But to be our true selves, we have to distance ourselves from that which is not true. That which we've created as our own distractions. Because we are creators of our own distractions, and to understand what distractions are, well, look around at what is being created. And no, I'm not going to where your mind just went to then. Everything that we do is, in a sense, a form of distraction. Anything that requires you to keep your focus on the 3D world without awareness is a distraction. And at this moment, because you are way in your head, I feel that that's what's creating a lot of. But I also feel that it has to do with where you are and your recent history of what has occurred, which I don't need to get into. I feel there's something going on there as well. Um, Now you are working up here. Your throat chakra needs to be worked on. You are speaking, but you're only speaking and focusing on things that need to be done based on the situation and what is happening around you. So what you're speaking about is very stale, if you like, or artificial, but it requires to be done. That's your everyday doings. Um, there's a lot of focus there, and as I said, I don't know your situation completely, but I do have an awareness of where you are, what your surroundings are. All of that at this moment has all of your time, has all of your attention, and you're not finding that time for yourself. Um, your focus is what you need to work on. You need to be aware of what you're doing. You need to bring yourself back to the present moment. And I'm going to say you need to, you need to, you need to. And it doesn't matter what I say at this moment. What you have going on around you is where your focus is. And when you can bring your focus back to yourself and be present and let that which has already happened behind and just deal with what is occurring, um, that emptiness, which is, it's your creative aspect, which is not really coming to the surface because you are holding that back, and that's really that is having an effect on your on your sacral, which is affecting your solar plexus, is affecting your base chakra as well. So you're not grounded. Your heart chakra overwhelmed. It just feels so overwhelmed at this moment. You have your heart's in the right space, and there's nothing to really speak there. But it was just so overwhelmed because you just want to do, and you want to do, and you want to give, and you want to give, and you want to give. But you're just draining yourself. Third eye again. I can't speak about that. And for some reason, many tonight, the third eye seems to be low. Again, you're over focusing and overthinking, but based on the situation that you're in. It makes sense to where your thought process is. Find that time for yourself. I'm certain I've heard Brooke mention this plenty of times, and not just tonight, other times that I've heard him speaking with you. You need to find that time for you. Yes, you have all these responsibilities to take care of, and that is understandable in the situation where you are. It's not a situation, it's where you are at this moment. It's your lifestyle, it's the life that you have chosen for yourself. I know that's not an issue for you, and it's not about being an issue, but you need to find that time where it's just about Samantha and not anybody else, and do what Samantha wants. And let everybody else take care of themselves. And while you're doing Samantha things, enjoy those moments, be present while you're doing them. And then when you're ready to go back to what so you were doing, do that. But if you don't find that time for yourself, you're just going to burn yourself out because that's where you're heading at this moment with all the responsibilities you have. And yes, you need to take care of that showing up and needs to be dealt with. Don't ignore it. I don't have much more. Find your space. There's so much as has been said, and you are aware of many things itself, and you are aware of how to take care of yourself. That's what you really need to do. And those things that are popping up at this moment, they will continue to come up, and just deal with them as they do. Um, Try and deal with whatever it is that's presenting itself as it's presenting itself. That way you don't have to hold on to it. So deal with it straight away, get rid of it if possible. If not, try and do it as quick as possible. But more importantly, um, find that time for you. Find that time which is Samantha time. Find that time where you can just be that creative, whether it is meditating, whether it is doing some art, it doesn't matter. Samantha time. That's what you require more than anything at this moment. Hope that helps, Sam. Oh, where's my coffee though? I don't want the money. I want the coffee. Seriously. Hey,
No coffee to see here.
mate. I don't want money. I just want coffee.
Um,
Seriously. Unbelievable.
Where did you send it through, Loretta? I haven't seen anything on PayPal. I've got Tonya, and then I've got Christian after Samantha. Wait a sec. Phone just went bloop again.
Mm-hmm. Well, since everybody's speaking of coffee, and I need to go and cleanse as well.
Okay. Okay. Where did Loretta, where did you send it through? Yep. Okay, Loretta. Phone, relax. My phone's just going stinking nuts. Are you right waiting, Tonya? Okay. Loretta. We've got a list. We've got a list of donated readings to do. There, bank it up. Tomorrow I'm going into the forest foraging. Man, it is saffron milktop season at the moment. Just like an orange salmon coloured mushroom that you just fry up, and they're free, and you get big trays of them for free. So if you go off in the woods today, you're sure to get some food. Okay, Loretta. Loretta, you cannot will something into submission. Okay. No matter what happens, we want things to work. We want things to go a certain way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Okay. And sometimes when shit is happening, it's just the way it is. Okay. Look, the first card I've got for you is the Wise One. Grow within your current situation. The universe is asking you, Loretta, saying, look, what are you doing? If something's working, why do we continue to do it? Okay, we do it itself. We feed, because I've got the card over crossing that is exchange of energies, is the trader card, exchange of energies, create abundance. And this is basically saying, look, at the moment, where you're putting your energy, where you're putting your focus, are you adding to the situation? Okay, and making it worse, because this is hard. But when we worry about something, we think about it all the time, we give it energy and it grows. So if we feed energy, if we think about something negative, we make it more negative. Okay, and if we think of something positive, we feel better, because that's where the energy where energy flows, energy grows. Okay, because at the moment, Loretta, the universe is saying, look, there's extra stress being put on your plate, because this is inside the well, Loretta, if you want, look, if you're going to go, you go. Okay. And I'll message you during the week you're up at this sort of time, around this sort of time, look, in the next few days when I'm free, I'll just message you and I'll do a reading for you, okay, Loretta? If that works for you better. Okay. Just remind me. Okay. Okay. Next we've got Tonya. We can read Tonya, or we can. What do you reckon? Should we make it? Should we just like wait? Should we just hang for 5 minutes and make her wait even more? You said you don't mind waiting. I just want to find out if you really mean it. Okay. Okay, we've got Tonya. We got Tonya, then we got Christian, then we've got Margaret.
Firstly, when I just go, who's unsettled? I just a really strong unsettled energy. I felt it before, but it's a little bit stronger. There's something really unsettling. It's just really an unsettling energy. Who's carrying what? Okay, let's go. Let's shake it off.
Okay. Okay, Tonya. Are you laying in bed at the moment, Tonya? Where are you? What are you doing? Where are you sitting? Feels uncomfortable. My neck is cracking and tight at the moment. Tonya? Well, they need better chairs than there. Oh, that's good, because then it's not my back. Yeah, my neck's cracking around my shoulders. Yeah, you have overdone it. Tonya, stop worrying. Okay. Burden, entrapment, life is where you don't want to be at the moment. Okay. Don't worry. Universe has got it covered. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Stop worrying. Stop worrying. Stop worrying. Let go. I mean, I got all these cards. I've just pulled a few cards. And basically, it will translate to talking to Steffi for like an hour or two. It translates to the same. Okay? But the more we hold on, the more resistance we create. We hold on to thoughts. We hold on to expectations. This is like we go, and all these things are created from our experiences in the past. And we try to work out what's going to happen in the future, how things are going to help out. It feels like there's areas that you haven't got clarity in yet. So you're already projecting expectations into how they're going to work out. Okay, this is the manifestation we don't want. This is the manifestation that people are really fucking good at. Everyone's like, how do I manifest? How do I manifest? Man, you start worrying about, you should be more worried about, yeah. They're like, how do I manifest this and how do I manifest that? Start worrying about look at what you're manifesting. And we do that by our thoughts. And we really do. We create those. So at the moment, you're trying to work out what's going to happen in the unknown. And you're creating more of the stuff that you don't want. The universe is saying, let go. Let go. Shed the old skin. Come present. Come into the moment. Because on your main pile, the bottom card is inverted. High Priestess. Harness the mystic power within. Mystic power in here. Okay. Take control. Top card. Trust in higher forces. The Shaman card. It's the universe saying, hey, that's the unknown is my business. So the universe is telling you that expansion is the universe's business, not yours. Okay, you're there to flow with it. The universe knows how it's going to work out. Stop trying to work it out. I know, because we're such sticky beak creatures. We love the known so much. We struggle because the card in between those two, your main pile, is the Air Guardian. Shift your perception. It's an adjustment. That's the resistance. Is the way you're perceiving things at the moment. It's hard because we go to battle all the time. And when you start dealing with the attachments, when you start dealing with the negative manifestation that the ego creates, and my God, it goes kicking and screaming. And if you're ready to start dealing with all these things, my God, they will not go quietly into the night. Okay? But, we have to be reborn, which means we have to shed the old skin. The old skin has to die. Doesn't have to. But at the moment, the universe wants you to be very committed, devoted, committed. It wants you to work hard. It's like, hey, this is game on, girl. Game on, game on, game on. Okay, I don't know what you signed up for, but like the rest of us, it ain't going to be easy. It ain't going to be pretty. It's going to be confronting. And we just got to remind ourselves the universe has got it worked out, but we're going to do what we can on our part. Because we can make it quicker and slightly less painful, or we can drag it on and make it a lot more painful. So the moment in your situation, look, just being, hey, be committed to what you're doing. The universe got it sorted. Okay. And when you can create that space here, because look, we might in your moving forward pile, I've got inverted, embrace the energy of peace. Okay, which means this is what you need to do inside your head, inside your mind, inside your heart. Or inverted, it can say it's not happening at the moment. Either way, it's what's on the game. Okay, we're going to make peace with everything. You're just going to make peace with it. But we don't. We try to worry about changing things. Oh, we want this change. I don't want to be here. Trust me. And I write a book on that. And it doesn't change anything. We're just going to make peace with it. This is the surrender. This is the hard part because the ego doesn't want to surrender shit. It wants to know everything and it wants everything for itself. And all it does is put us in the past, projecting what we don't want into the future. This is the trap. This is the illusion. This is the 3D matrix. This is what we're going to get past. We're going to embrace that energy of peace. We're going to make peace with it. It's just fucking how it is. Stop worrying how it is and accept it how it is. Okay? And just be committed and devoted to what you're doing and just get on top of it. Okay? It's going to be joyful. It's going to be painful. It's going to be upside down. It's going to be crawling in a ball. It's going to be having a laugh. It'll be all those things. It's all part of the experience. Okay? And then you'll get the clarity. The oracle card. This is where the clarity, the information comes through. It'll come to you. It'll come to you. Patience. Be patient. Be patient, Tonya. Be patient. God, give me patience, but give it to me now. And I know what it's like. You're like, well, man, I've been waiting for the last 50 years. What do you mean I'm going to wait even more? Yeah. We do. Okay? But don't get trapped in thinking, oh, this is just the way things are. Okay? Because as you start to do the work, cycles will start to end. Cycles will start to end. You'll get breakthroughs. It doesn't feel like stuff will just start falling away. Stuff that doesn't resonate, stuff that no longer serves you, but you just got to keep at it. And the faster you pedal, there's some crap that you're carrying that will start to fall off that bike as that bike rattles down the road, but that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't need to be there. Doesn't need to be there. And then we feel a bit of loss. We feel a bit uncomfortable. We feel these things all the time. That's just all part of it. But keep going. Keep going, girl. Keep kicking ass. Keep taking names. Welcome to the uncomfortable zone. Okay? It's not for the faint-hearted. But where this existence is at the moment, we need everyone on board we can get on board. Okay? Welcome, Tonya. Welcome. I hope this assisted you.
I'll have to say something. I've been saying it to you for the past. I'm going to tell you the same thing.
Where's my coffee?
Where's my coffee? Yeah. Where is my coffee?
That's it.
Yeah. There's nothing. Look, I'll just add on to anything else I've already said to you and what Brooke has said to you. Whatever it is, when we start to realize, and I'm going to work with what's Michelle typed up there as well. You want to call it chaos magic, you can call it whatever you want. If you really believe that you're living your life, okay, think again. No one is living their life. Everyone is manifesting somebody else's reality. And to understand how that truly works, just look at how you think. What you think it shall be, but what you think is not yours.
Tonya, Cindy and I are professional Steffi headaches. I'm like seventh Dan, man, giving Steffi a headache.
I get headaches.
Cindy's almost like a master like that.
We to truly, even it doesn't matter what I say. It's not about what I say. It's not about what I do. There's none of that. That's all an illusion. Everything that you're seeing right this moment, everything that you're experiencing, it's an illusion. It's not real. And if anything, to go to a point where someone here needs to hear this. Everything that you're observing at this moment has already happened. And the only thing that is occurring is that one is holding on to what has already happened and is not able to let it go. We live somebody else's belief. We are living somebody else's dream. We don't live our own. And to truly grasp that, well, to truly see that for oneself, one has to remove oneself from what they believe. Everything is based on a belief, and no one is living their own belief at this moment. They're living somebody else's belief. And even that is a struggle in itself. To see the beliefs, to acknowledge what it is out there, well, you have to really dig deep to truly understand that. But there is not one aspect of what one is speaking right this moment which belongs to any of us. It is something that we're being convinced is ours. So it's not ours. Tanya, I can say I've been saying this to you, so I don't need to go much with you on this one. Um, Again, as Brooke mentioned, it is doing the work. It is looking at things with different perspective, Um, it is not, look, everything that we're seeing is an experience. And when we can detach ourselves from what we're experiencing and stop believing that we know anything, because we don't know anything. And the truth is that the truth cannot be believed. If you believe in something, that's not the truth. That's just a belief that you have. The truth is not believable, and no one requires to believe in the truth. The truth is the truth. It doesn't require anything. And to understand that itself is really understand what you're carrying, what you're holding on to, what you believe is real. Remove that, and you'll start to see things very differently. But it's not based on what you're seeing again. I'm going to pause there because I'm going
Yeah, you can,
to go forever.
yeah.
It's not our, you know, Tanya, you'll understand. I'm about to say something. Tanya, you'll understand what I'm going to say here. I'm about to repeat myself, and this is to me how it is constantly. Everything is a repeat. You can sit there and focusing on your story as much as you want. I'll guarantee you right this moment that when you start looking at your story for what it is, you'll realize it's not your story, but the story that you're living at this moment, which you're associating to and creating your reality around, has been created for you. If you can grasp that and pull yourself away from that story and be the observer of the story and not the participant, you might start to grasp things a little bit different. Don't work on what you believe. Work acknowledging how you came to believe it in the first place, because that belief that you're carrying is the obstacle to seeing things for what they are and not what you believe they are. The eyes are not the projectors.
Okay.
You see, Michelle, if you realize what you've written there, say, I disagree with everything you've just said. You'll take it to you. Again, I will disagree with what you're saying. You see, you're trying to grasp something based on a belief right this moment. That belief that you're using can be used as just a breadcrumb and to acknowledge it just as a breadcrumb, but it's not the breadcrumb. The breadcrumb is something that's leading you somewhere. So you can use that breadcrumb, or you can just leave it to being that breadcrumb if you choose. It is not about what you believe it is. It's accepting and acknowledging what a belief is. And when you can see the difference and understand that itself, it's not what you believe. You don't require to believe it. And it's really not something that can be spoken about, because everything that you're speaking about at the moment, they're just breadcrumbs. They're all breadcrumbs. It's not what is spoken. It is not what is heard. It is not what is felt. When one can be aware of that and not associate it to that which one is aware of, maybe one will grasp what one is aware of.
Okay. Christian. Trying to get an extended reading, Michelle.
No, that's not a reading.
Just.
I heard.
Thanks, Michelle. See what you done? No. John, someone say that's not real coffee. Tea's far better to drink. No, don't.
I'm staying out of the boats, and I was stranded. I was going to take the animals with me on my ark. You're staying behind.
Okay, Christian. Big breath in, big breath out. It feels like, Christian, it feels like there's some waiting involved, because you're looking so far ahead in the future at the moment. And we do that to a degree, because what happens is it's far easier to live in our mind thinking of the potential that we can be, instead of being present in the moment and working on that potential now. It's easier. We get a better picture of like, oh yeah, this is possible in the future. It's a lot easier. We can live with that and satisfy ourselves, instead of coming back to the present going, what the fuck do I need to do now? Because you're waiting for change. But where you're waiting, it's only going to be dribs and drabs here and there. At the moment, you're in the passenger seat waiting for life to happen to you. You're waiting for clarity? Clarity doesn't come for waiters. When we're proactive, we create that space. We do the meditation. We clear our mind. We get in a time of crisis, and when we get in a time of crisis, we're like, oh, look, I need clarity in this situation. I'm stressed out. You know what? It's not fucking coming. When we go, look, I'm stressed out, I've got to detach from it, clear my mind, and go into meditation, we don't just get that. We don't just get the answers straight away. Sometimes we're going to push harder. We've got to fight to create clarity. So the information we want, because there's information trying to come in, but there's nowhere for it to come in at the moment. There's not enough clarity. There's not enough time given. I've got the Sage card here. Be devoted, committed. That's inverted. The universe is saying, how bad do you want it? Everything's within you. How bad do you want it? You want it or you don't want it? Because the universe is saying it's up to you. The information, the clarity. Harness the energy. How do we do that? We do the work. First main card that's come out for you is the great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. Now, without application, if we learn something, if you watch someone goes, no, this is the proper way to build a table. And you're like, yeah, I'm seeing what you're doing. Yep, cool. Yep, no worries. Yep, I know it now. I've learnt it now. No, until you go and build that table for yourself, you haven't learned it. We have to learn it for ourselves. So that means we have to use it. Great teacher. The first card, learn from spiritual experiences. You know what the last card? So that's the universe saying, man, you've got to put it into action. Yeah, shapeshift is your bottom main card. Transform and unfeel your gifts. There's transformation there. Okay. Starts with application. Transformation. But you know what's missing? I got the shield maiden in between. Make plans and focus. Without focus, this card stays inverted. Be devoted and committed. It'll stay inverted for lifetimes. For many lifetimes. Waiting for important information. That's inverted. That can stay there. But you know what card's not inverted? Harness the mystical power of the High Priestess. This is the all-knowing. This is the all-potential. This is what's inside of us. You know why that's not inverted? Because it's always inside of us. Doesn't matter who we are. It's always there. It's always inside of us. And we have access to it all the time. But devoted and committed, that takes action. Important information, the oracle, clarity, that is a result. That's a result of commitment. Application is needed. Without it, might as well just be a book on the shelf, an unread book on the shelf. Oh, yeah, but I know all those books. You got a book on how to grow a garden. You can have 15,000 books on the bookshelf that you've all written that says how to grow a garden. You can know every word in every book. Until you've grown a garden, they don't mean shit. You need to make plans and focus. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Then the shapeshifter, the transformation that you dream about, that can start to come into play, but that's up to you. There's always next lifetime. There's always tomorrow. Time to look at the big picture. Time to get, in the moment is one thing, but the action card I've got for you is the eagle. See things from a high perspective. Where you see blocks or you see barriers, or you see things that you can't do, or you see all the stuff that you're seeing, you're focusing on the obstacles at the moment, not on the big picture, not on the big game. You're just seeing the obstacles. And the universe is asking you to release all that crap. How do I know? Well, the card came out underneath. What do you need to release? What are you so holding on to? The entertainment, the this, the that, the comfort, the known. What is it that you're holding on to? What is it that's so important in your life that you have to do right now that's stopping you from moving forward and becoming the person you want to become? What's stopping you from doing that? What's so important that's stopping you? We can sit and we can dream forever about the changes we want, or we can be the change that we want. But to do that, we're going to work through our fears. You know what happens when you work through, working through your fears? It's fucking scary, man. It's fucking scary. Scary as fuck. But there's no way around it. And your last card comes in inverted. Your commitment is being tested. This is the universe saying, do you want it? How bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough to fight for it? Do you want it bad enough to go through pain? Or go through joy? Or go through happiness to achieve it? Or we can always put it off till tomorrow. It's up to us. It's always up to us. I hope that's assisted you, brother.
It's actually unfair on you at this moment because it was too nice. Pull your finger out, pull your head out of your ass, work out what it is you truly want and go for it. You are distracting yourself, and you can find all the things to distract you, and that's what you've been doing. You seem to want to get somewhere yesterday, but you're never going to get there yesterday, and nor you're going to get there tomorrow. You want something, you have to do the work for it. You have chosen to pull yourself away from many things, and you're creating more distractions for yourself to keep yourself distant from yourself, and you keep doing that. There's always something that's more important than being present, always something that you want to achieve, and you will, because that is what your focus is. And when you get that understanding of what focus truly is, and you start bringing it back to yourself instead of all your little gadgets and little toys that you're playing with, you might get back to where I know that you can be, but you've chosen not to be there. We make choices for ourselves. Whether you want to know more or not, that is the choice that you make. As Brooke has just mentioned, it doesn't matter how many books you read, unless you're actually doing it and you're putting it to practice and exercising it. You're only going to continue doing what you're doing. And if you're comfortable with where you are, keep your finger where it is and keep your head where it is. There's no more. It's a choice you have. You have someone there that you live with at this moment who constantly speaks to you, constantly guides you. And with all of that you receive from there, I'll say this much to you. You don't need to be here right this moment listening to me, because you're getting the same thing from the person that you're living with. You have you have it all there for you. It's just that you've chosen now that all your little trinkets and all your little toys are more important than anything else. Again, we all have a choice to make, and you have to really think about what it is that you're after. That's all I have for you, Christian.
After that, how can I not put this up?
Hi, Rita. I know you're there. And so, Michelle, you constantly, and I'm going to give this to you at this moment, you're going to go around in circles. You have a lot of ownership there. Once you realize what that ownership is, maybe you'll be able to say something different, but too much ownership. Too many claims. You've made many claims. Listen to your own words. Read what you're reading. Yes, Angelita.
Maggie, you there? Maggie. There you go, Margaret. There you go, gorgeous.
Those words are just you convincing yourself.
Okay, Margaret. Big breath in, big breath out. Put the smoke down. We'll pick it up either way. Margaret, getting a lot of expectations. It feels like a lot of expectations. A lot of expectations. Problem with expectations is they take us out of the flow. Are you actually making coffee, bro? You don't have to. Expectations take us out of the flow. Because as things around us expand, and whether it be synchronicities or just stuff unfolding, when we have expectations, we're looking for, okay, where's the thing that lines up with my expectation? We miss stuff. We miss stuff all the time. Because sometimes the universe has got weird ways of just the energy does what it does and flows out. So we're looking at something, go, this is not fucking happening. This is not happening. Fuck. But it's flowing down to come back around and flow into something that might line up. It will line up. It just doesn't. It doesn't unfold how we expect it to. And it just feels like you're feeding burden. The universe is just like it says to all of us, just saying, let go, Margaret, let go. Stop worrying about it. Stop worrying about what you cannot change. Worry about what you can change. I'm going to go within and detach. Something you want to know about? No pulling cards. No pulling cards. The universe wants you to go in. Internal, Margaret. Big internal. Wants you to let go. Okay, because there's a lot of ways that you've learned on how things should work out. People do this all the time. They, I'm going to, manifestation and this and that. And we're in an ecosystem of expanding energy. Like an ecosystem just floating everywhere. And we all have ideals on how we want things to play out, how we think we want things to work out. Fingers crossed, fingers not. But when we worry about stuff that we can't change and we can't see how things are unfolding, it just doesn't make sense to us. By worrying about it, we close ourselves down. We lower our vibration. Okay, there's a lot of stress and pressure that there's not much you can do about it. But at the moment, I'm feeling a heavy heart, like the way you're going about certain things, you're closing yourself down, and the universe is saying, "Look, Margaret, just let it go, let it go, and let the universe deal with it." The universe wants you to go within and focus on you and work out who you are. We're going to fight for that clarity. We're going to detach and fight for that clarity, because everything comes back. Your bottom card is inverted. The magic, unlock the magic within. Your first card is be opening to healing information. That's inverted. That's closed off. Unlock the magic within. That's closed off. But you know what card's not closed off? The joiner. And that's the hermit card. Go within. Focus within. Go deep within, Margaret. Go deep within. Go deep into that heart. Go deep into that soul. Stop worrying about everything else and go within. That's where you'll find the inner peace. That's where you'll find the clarity, or just we're going to meditate and we're going to let go, and we're going to push and we're going to push and we're going to push some days just to create that little bit of free space, Then we can get a drop in of something little that will, a little bit of healing information. Then when we apply that, we can create a little bit more free space. And then it comes back to test it. And everything gets fucked up again. We're going to keep going back. We're going to keep going back to that spot without expectation, without beliefs. As soon as we have a belief, we have an expectation of how things should be. And what that does is that's saying to the flow of the universe, I know better. It's like, you heard me say this before. It's like, we're on a surfboard riding a wave. We're on the wave. We've got to flow with that wave. If we want to, the quickest way to get to the but it's still the quickest route is to flow with that wave, flow with that energy. If we tell the wave, we point the surfboard in the direction that we say, I want to go this way, we'll just come off the wave if it's not within the flow. It's time to come into the flow, Margaret. It's time to submit. Get out of our heads, because we just put burden on our hearts. We make things harder. And there's beauty, there's beauty, there's love, there's healing, there's the universe just wants to open so many doorways to you at the moment. But until you create that space where you say, okay, universe, look, whatever, what door? And I got more cards inverted. It's within you. The power's within. I've got all this stuff saying power within, power within, power within, power, healing within. I've got all these cards coming up, power, healing, magic. But until you go within, we can let go of what we think we know, and otherwise we can't flow. The Traveler card came out. Time to move in a new direction. Trying to shake things up. Your definition of insanity is doing the same thing day in, day out, and expecting different results. Okay? Because I got the moving in a new direction, the Traveler's card. Adjustments are required. But you know what card highlights those? The Frustration card. And it's inverted. Because sometimes the answer is right underneath our nose and we can't see it because our nose is in the way. We don't want to move our head and look down. It's fucking hard. There's always something happening, Margaret. Everyone's got fucking crap on some level around them. Something going wrong. Something hurting their heart. It's the world we live in. That's the story. That's the story that wants to pull us out. We can move past it. If we can't move past it, we're stuck in it. And it is hard. It's not easy. But if we feed if we go, look, as soon as that all gets nice, I'll go over there and then I'll go and get nice. It doesn't work that way. This is what we ask for. And I know sometimes we ask ourselves, why the fuck would I ask for this? When you can get through it and get that clarity, then you'll understand why the universe will show you. It does take its toll. And you know what? If we don't find our way to that clarity, we'll feed energy to it and it will get harder and it will get harder. To the universe will go, how many fucking tower moments do you want? Because we attract that vibration. Because we feed it, because we stress about it, because we worry about it, we give it focus. And then it escalates and it snowballs. We manifest it. It's so fucking hard, Margaret. But you got to go within. You got to shut it out and you got to go into there, into your heart, get it out of here. And you've got to fight for some clarity and space. Then the universe will show you how to heal. And then as you heal, shit like that falls away. Bit by bit, we attract better stuff. Never underestimate the synchronicities of the universe. It's like one fucking big miracle when you can get here and in here right. And that's the place we're all trying to get to. We can flow down that river. Yeah, we'll hit a rock every once in a while and it'll hurt. And that's what you have to find out, Margaret. You have to focus on what you can do. But there's an answer there. There's something there to find out. There's something there to see. Go within and find out. That's how this turns around and you unlock the magic within. After you go inside, you unlock the magic within and you find that out. Then you're like, the healing information comes in. That's how it works. And you're like, cool, now I know what to do. Now I know which direction, the traveler, now I know which direction to move in. Now I can unlock and exercise. It's all there for you, Margaret. Otherwise, you can let the emotions run high and cause frustration. Adjustments, changes can be made, and it starts with us. As we start moving through that, you'll get little breadcrumbs, you'll get little bits and pieces. You'll start to piece together, you'll get fresh ideas. It's a battle. But if you just want to focus on the negativity, it's going to bring you out of balance, and it's going to bring you to an even more emotionally despair place. This is just around the 2-hour mark, Margaret. Go back and rewatch this reading, and it will help you to focus. It'll help you to focus. Sometimes we just need that to go, okay, the universe isn't going to change everything for us. We're here to grow, and we're here to learn, and we're here to expand, because this is our universe that we're creating. This is our universe we're creating, Margaret. Time to change. Time to change the universe. That's what we're all here to do. I hope that's helped you, lovely. We all got fucking hard work to do at the moment, Margaret. All of us.
Margaret, before I say anything, I'm going to ask you right now to tell me to continue or to not say anything, and I'll wait for your response.
Hey, Tom.
So much anger, so much frustration, agitation, blindness. You carry so much that you direct towards individuals that I don't know how you do it. You have everything that Brooke has mentioned are possible. But until you get out of that anger and that frustration and that agitation, you'll be walking around blind as you are at this moment. You state that you see things and that you're clear, but you can't see what you're doing. The story has control of you, and you're focusing so much in that story that all you're doing is feeding that story, which is feeding your feelings, and you're working with all of that. All that has opened up everything. You've got rips throughout your aura everywhere. There are cuts, there are black smudges, there is so much that is attached to you. And that is because of the way that you are trying to deal with the story at this point in time. The one that's unfolding and the one that you have your focus on a lot of. There is a lot of anger there. And to go past that anger, I choose not to. because that is the only thing that really screams at me. And it's screaming at me. If I was to use the words with the association that you have, I would say your soul is screaming for you to stop. But you're not listening to that. You're actually listening to your thoughts, to your ego, and working on the ego aspect. There's a lot of ego within you, and there's a lot of direction towards, there's a lot of nastiness, a lot of negativity directed towards individuals. Bring your focus back to yourself. Stop feeding all of that. That's just creating more anger within you. And the more anger you have within you, the more you direct it, the more you're projecting it. There is a lot there, but the first thing you need to do is bring your focus back to yourself. Everything that Brooke has said, they are there, but at this moment, that anger and that frustration and that which you're focusing on, which is feeding all of that which you're feeding off at this moment, which you think is giving you power, but it's actually draining you. That's why you feel the way that you feel, and that's why it's just getting fed over and over and over again. This is the snake eating its own tail. Always focusing into the past, always looking to see how you're going to change what it actually is. And that just creates more anger, more frustration, more agitation, and more blindness, and more focus on the story that you've been focusing on. Again, what Brooke has mentioned, it's all there. But until you get away from the story that you're living and start to see it for what it is, and bring your focus back to yourself and not what is happening around you, things need to be dealt with. Yes, they do. But you need to deal with yourself first, and the way that you're thinking and the way that you're focusing and what you're focusing on. Instead of focusing on everything around you and what's going on, bring your focus back to yourself and see how you're creating the story that you're living at this moment. It is your own creation. It's your own story, and you're feeding it and projecting it onto everything around you at this moment. Bring your attention back to yourself. Bring your focus back to yourself. Don't focus on what others are doing. Focus on what is right and healthy for you personally, which has no attachment to anybody else. Others can do what they want to do, but if you're not doing what is right for you, for yourself, without focusing on everybody else, then you're going to remain exactly where you are at this point of time. And that is with a lot of agitation within you. Things happen, and a lot of things are out of our control. And we can say it's their fault, or their fault, or their fault, or it's their fault. What can you do about the situation that you're in without expecting others to take care of that situation for you? That's what you need to start looking at. How to do things for yourself. Be responsible for your own actions. Stop projecting externally. And start bringing your focus back to you. Start working on you. Start looking how you can change yourself, not everything around you. Because everything around you will remain exactly as it is. Because that's how you keep seeing it. And as you see it, it is exactly what it is for yourself. You're not changing because you're still holding on to that which was, not realizing what it is. Pull yourself away from your agitation, your frustration, and your anger. Open your eyes and see things for what they are, not what you expect them to be, what you believe they are, for they're not. They're just your thoughts and your imagination that's running amok at this moment. And very importantly, ground yourself. Because way, way too much in here. Way too much. And I hope that somehow has assisted you. Right, John.
Yep. Yeah. So as I always say, we're all perfect manifestors. What are we manifesting? Okay, we've got Angelita, then we've got Tom. Tom, stop calling yourself a douchebag. Please. Did you want to start with Angelita? Or do you need a break? Do you need a bit?
No, I'm good. Angelita. Yeah, I actually will. I'll bring Angelita. Enjoy. Oof. Wow. Now, I'm not going to get you to focus on anything particular because I know where you are at this moment, and you need to keep your focus at what you're doing as well. So, I'm going to touch on what you mentioned. I think it was yesterday that you mentioned it, which is about dimensions. What is occurring and where you're actually going, because you're actually bringing yourself more and more and more into a clarity, which is an expansion of consciousness. Dimensional work is literally expansion of consciousness, and the more you bring your focus to yourself, and the more you become conscious of where you are in the present moment, the more you're opening up to what is around you. Unless you're attaching to your story. Now, when I say story, I'll either say education or I'll either say tools. It doesn't really matter. It's your education. The more you detach from the educated belief that you carry, the more you keep yourself in the present moment, the more you expand that awareness and the more you become conscious of what you are aware of. Now, the only thing that prevents all of us from being aware of what it is the belief that we carry, which is our education. The more we bring ourselves into this moment and be aware of what is occurring as it is occurring, the more we can just observe without attachment. And as we start to learn to observe what it is without attaching to one thing or focusing on this or focusing on that, and just being aware of what it is, the more we're expanding our awareness, the more we are conscious of that expansion, the more is presented to us, the more we become aware. So it's just a repeat on that cycle afterwards. Continue what you're doing. When you're on your own, focus on your own chakras as you would normally do. Now, I'm going to recommend that when you start with your doing the work with your chakras or just bringing yourself into your moment, be conscious that you're aware that you're focusing on your heart chakra. What I want you to do when you focus on your heart chakra is bring it downwards to your base. So start from your heart, go to your solar, your sacral, and your base, and then keep it to that. With that awareness, just keep your focus on the bottom, so the heart chakra and the bottom three, and leave it to that. Give that about 5 minutes, for example, and then from the heart chakra, take your focus upwards. And it's not for any other reason, it's just to change a little pattern that you've been working with. So from your heart chakra down, and then from heart chakra up. It's more about keeping that awareness while you're doing it. So as much as you're focusing on the chakras, it's more about being aware that you're actually focusing on the chakras. Just work on that for a while. Maintain that which you're observing. Don't overthink what it could be. Just allow that whatever it is to present itself, and whatever interpretation you have of it at that moment, that's all it is, and let it go. So the more that's presented, the more you become aware of it. Don't hold on to it, just let it go. And from that itself will just give you a little bit more. There's not much. You're accepting a lot more than what you have been accepting. You're more open you are more open to receiving and accepting, and you are seeing things very differently. You have shifted your perspective, and the more you continue with the way that you're going, a lot more emotions will come out. Okay, so you are becoming more emotional, which is good. That is the clearing itself. The more you realize, the more emotional, the more clearing. So just continue what you're doing. Other than that, I've said to you, Discord, jump into voice chat at some time and we can chat about anything. But at this moment, just keep that focus there. Now, with what you mentioned today as well, you typed in earlier, again, working with the same there is the more you're becoming aware of being present, the more will start to reveal itself, and the more you will start to be aware of the feelings of connections as well. And they'll start to present themselves a lot more. Now, all it is the less that you're attached to, the more you're feeling the energy. So the energy has always been there. The energy is constant. Our focus or our attachments is what prevents us from acknowledging the energy for what it is. So the less we're attached, the more we become aware of the energies, and those energies will show us and reveal to us what it is that's going to assist us to move forward. So that's where you are at this point of time. So I hope that helps you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm done.
You're on mute, Brooke.
I know, but I got the unicorn cards out.
Oh no.
Half against my will. Only half against it.
Angelita, I'm going to ban you because every time you come on, he brings up a unicorn.
These unicorn cards suck. That's okay. Okay, I'm just going to do something different, real different. Angelita, the closer you bring yourself to the oneness, the closer you strip off the worries, the frustration. There's a big heart there for the world. Okay, and yeah, there's things that need to change, but it's time. It's time to love what cannot be loved. Okay, the more you can love the unlovable, the more you can love what hurts your heart in this world. The more healing will come in, the more healing information will come in. It just feels like you just have such a big heart, and you're going to feel more pain. It's going to hurt sometimes, but it just looks like this. The more you heal, the more you open your heart, it feels like the more energy will just flow through Gaia, will flow into the collective. It feels almost like you're a heart anchor into this collective. You're a super juice heart conductor. So the more you center, the more I see, when you center and all that hurt in your heart, and you can just pour love into it, it's just like it's just like a massive light just shining in all directions. You're like an energy wave of love, and you're going to be sensitive, and stuff's going to throw you off, but you just have to focus on that love as much as you can, because you are like a love superconductor. Okay? Perception needs to be shifted. The more you can, it's just the more you can project that love and heal yourself. It's just you're a radiator for people to heal around you, to love around you. It just feels amazing. Okay, you're just like an anchor point of a superconductor. I'm just seeing light everywhere. Just big energy of light, like a ball of light, like you're like amazing white light. And this is going to be your fight, because with such an amazing white light, the blemishes are going to show up. But the whites, I see such a strong light that they'll just burn off. You can get yourself focused enough, and it will burn it all off around you. And the light that you can channel, it's going to make it easier. It's going to supercharge the people around you. Okay? It's going to supercharge the people around you to heal. So it's really important that any negativity that you get, and negativity around you will come from attachments. Attachment to this, attachments to wants, attachments to desires. It's very important for you to work on getting rid of the attachments. Okay, because you're a superconductor. You've come here to create a superconductor field of healing through love, through your heart. So the more you can free yourself, the clearer you can become for you, the clearer you can become in your space. My God, there's so much protection around you have no fucking idea. Because they know who you are. And they want you gone. But they're not allowed to fucking touch it. You're very special. You're very special, Angelina. So detach. Detach. Look for your attachments. Anything that causes pain, anything that causes you to get negative, get rid of it. Look at it, what it is, come up, detach, work out where it is, fucking get rid of it, because what's going on for us all at the moment. You're a very special soul. Very special soul. You're going to have a massive impact. Man, you're going to play a big part in this. You're playing a big part already. Keep at it. And listen to whatever stuff he said. He knows what he's talking about.
I've got no idea what I said. Don't pay attention to me.
I didn't listen to him.
Ignore the man,
okay.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Okay. And don't stop fearing about fucking trivial shit. Because you sign up for a bit, man, when you come down to do a job like this, the universe is like, yeah, fuck, I'll get that. I'll get that. You're extremely well looked after and protected. Okay? So just focus on your game, girl. You make a lot of dark shit fucking nervous. Fucking real nervous. Whoa, my hair's rising. They don't like you. But you love them. Keep loving, girl. Keep loving. I hope that assisted you, but man, after what I just saw, maybe you can help assist me.
Later, when you if you're not doing anything when you get home tonight, which will be my tomorrow morning, hit us up. And it's still a one-on-one. So where you can go if you're prepared to go deeper than where you are and you want a bit of a challenge, more than happy to, I don't want to say guide you, but run you through a few things and see how you flow with them.
Hey, Paul. Tommy, I don't think golden, man. What I was getting, gold's not bright enough for her. She's brighter than that. Oh, young Thomas, you're up. Namaste. Angelita, pleased to meet you.
Apparently, I found out the other day, whether this is true or not, I don't know. But that symbol that you put up, Angelita, which we think is prayer hand, it's actually a high five. Yeah, so that symbol that we think is actually a prayer symbol is a high five.
Only to the people who aren't sure what they are. Oh, Michelle, just let it rest. Okay, young Thomas, young Mr. Thomas.
Yeah.
Tom, I'm getting a lot of heaviness around you. Not bad, like not like attachments or anything. I'm getting this is like a self. This is like a it's like it's a self-acceptance. It's like it's time to really love yourself, man. To really fucking dig yourself, to really love yourself. Because, you know, and until we can truly accept ourselves and truly love ourselves, because when we can love ourselves for our strengths, for our weaknesses, for our accolades, for our failures, when we can truly love ourselves for all of that and give ourselves that unconditional love, that's when we start to look around at other people and we see someone as human as we are, but we have to find that in ourselves, Tom, and you've got to find that love for yourself. It's really important that you really find that love for yourself and that acceptance for yourself. Because it's got... Because this is... It feels like it's... I'm... And then there's that, you know, the ego or something else around you will latch onto that and go, yeah, fucking Tom, rah, rah, rah. And I'm sure I'll pull a card for you in a minute. What is that one? The Traveller, moving in a new direction. Because I feel little nips, little fucking... You know, like the guys that punish themselves, the old religious guys that punish themselves. It feels like there's all these cuts around me, all these little nips, like fucking cuts, self-cuts. Stop cutting yourself, Tom. It's pitching your aura. It's weighing down your heart. And you have a big heart. You have a real big heart. But with that, but it's like, it feels like there's scratches and there's nicks that you're giving yourself. So then there's something else to focus on. So we can't really, because it's overwhelming to go down deep inside and really deal with some of that pain. Because there's so much acceptance that you need on yourself. There's so much love and nurture that you need to give yourself. Internally, not outwards. It's manifesting on outwards. All this stuff is manifesting, is adding to the manifestation of the outwards. Is that emotional acceptance, that emotional heart. You need to heart heal you, Tom. You really need to love yourself. The past is the past. Past is the past. Past has happened. You know? I mean, I once left you in a ditch, wasn't it? On a battlefield. I thought you were half done. I was like, yeah, okay. He's fucking not going anywhere. I don't beat myself up for it. But you're still beating yourself up for it, Tom. Time to move in a new direction. Okay? Great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. We learn all this stuff, we preach ourselves. It's there to heal ourselves so we can clear ourselves and we can raise ourselves so we can show others to do it. You need to focus and heal your heart and heal that past. At the level. Truly. At the level. So when something really does hit the fucking shit, you know what? That healing's going to hold. Because it feels like it feels like the universe is saying, look, you're like, but I don't want to go to that deep. It's too much pain. It's too much pain that I've moved past. You don't have to dig it up, but there's still stuff that you need. Go and see something. Get someone you can really, really, really talk to. Someone conscious, very conscious. It's not going to beat around the bush. Because it feels like the universe is saying, Tom, you don't trust me. It feels like you're saying to your higher self, no, I don't want to. I don't. It has to be done. Healing, trust, healing, going within, higher perspectives. Tom, all these cards are just saying that you really need, there's healing that needs to be done so you can really level up. Because when I see you before saying, "Oh, I'm being a douchebag," you said you were talking about yourself saying being a douchebag. Why do you say fucking shit like that, man? To me, that's attachment to the past. That's attachment. That's attachment. That's attachment. That's attachment to pain. That's attachment to self-judgment. And that's what we're here to free ourselves from. I mean, that's not okay to be talking about yourself like that. Unless you said something really inappropriate in a room full of people, then you can fucking... Because you can do this, man. You can do this, brother, and then fucking things will just really start. Because you know what? Yeah, I got more healing coming in. But you know what I got came in between the healing cards was the fox spirit saying, "Man, get through it. You've been through everything before. What's telling you what part is what thought is in your ear saying that it's too painful and you can't get through it, man? You've been through fucking everything before. This should be water off a duck's back for you. Still gonna fucking hurt though." Okay. And find someone who's more along the lines of enlightenment than spirituality, because they'll know how to detach. They'll know how to deal with it. Okay, I hope that assisted you, brother. You're on mute, Seth.
Right. We all walk a path. There is a personal path that we all walk on. Some stage in our life, we come to the fork on the road, and there's two paths you can take. You can choose either one of them. Most make the choice, and Tom, you've already made the choice. There is the unknown path, where you just have no idea which direction or where you're going to end up, and there's the known path. The known path's the easy path because others have tried it and we've already set the way for it. And you've chosen that. You've made that choice, and it's clear for you. And that's the direction you're heading. It doesn't matter which direction you choose, though. Your past is always going to be exactly what the past is. That tail is always there. Whether you choose the unknown path, you still hold the same tail. Whether you choose the known path, it's still the same tail. The unknown path, though, what that does is assist one to see the tail for what it is. The known path just creates a longer tail. The choices that you have made are exactly what they are, and you can continue looking for that which you're aware of, and that's what you're going to go for, and that's what you're going for. It's never too late for anyone to change their direction, but I feel that you've set yourself up with the direction that you're on at this moment. You're still looking for things that, although they're there and they've been offered to you, you've chosen to still continue with the unknown. It's not about the known path, it's about the choices that you've made now. As you can accept those choices that you've made, you can choose still how you deal with those choices. And that's where you are at this moment, choosing how you're going to deal with the choices you've already made. And that's something that you have to sit down with yourself to take care of. Everything else that Brooke mentioned, I don't feel that I need to mention any more on that. So the healing, yeah, you need to take care of yourself. We all need to do that. You still hold on to a particular way of seeing things, which is still, it's a block on your behalf, but it is a choice that you've made. And it doesn't matter which direction you go, that choice has already been embedded within you. But that choice doesn't shift what the outcome could possibly be, because the possibilities are all there. But realize your choices, work with those choices, and once they're over and done with, there is that opening again to choose a different direction than what you're on. But because of the choices that you've already made, and until they're dealt with, you won't even see that path, even though it's right next to you right this moment. It's there, but it's not visible because you have this expectation of something, and that expectation is the only thing that's preventing you from seeing what's right there. And take care of and deal with those choices that you've already made. Once they're done with, the opportunity is still there. Take care of your health. That's important because you're already, I don't need to get into that. You know that for yourself. Take care of your surroundings, because that's important at this moment as well. And that lifestyle, the home style, is what you require to finalize those choices and that focus that you have there. And that has a lot to do with your health as well. So take care of that aspect of it. And hopefully that is some form of assistance for you. Michelle, I just want to come back to you for a moment. I am going to come back for you. Look, I don't know what you're trying to say with what you're saying, because if you have actually really listened to what I've been saying, you wouldn't have said anything that you've just said. There's a lot of claiming. You have a lot of ownership on a lot of things. There's a lot of things that you've made your own. Now, if you can see that, you'll probably understand what I'm saying. But I don't feel that you have, because, again, there's things that you're writing at this moment, and if you really saw what you were writing, that should tell you exactly where you are at this moment.
I'm here and I'm hungry.
That's the right way.
That's where I am. It's like that, Tom. The clearer we make our path, the more shit we see we've put on the fucking windscreen. And we're like, dear God, man, I can smear shit everywhere, all over this fucking windscreen.
I'm not offended by anything. It's very hard to offend me, Michelle. I'll guarantee you that much. But I can say to you, as I said, you see, all I need to do is just read what you're writing, and it just tells me exactly what you're not paying attention to yourself.
So
go on.
I was just going to plug the Discord. Should I plug the Discord?
You can plug it.
People, we have a mentoring group. You get on Discord and we hang out and we chat and we talk about spiritual stuff. And we talk about all sorts of stuff. We just hang out, but we can get very we talk, we mentor, we hold space, we talk about cars, we talk about all sorts of things. And to get on it, Cindy will put the link up in a sec, but this is what we do. So, yep, and it's all totally free.
Oh, that's good.
Unless you're fucking rich as
Yeah.
fuck, then you can pay us. But no, it's all
Yeah,
free.
Discord's just a place that we, as Brooke mentioned, place we catch up, chat, just let the day go by. Many carry many beliefs, Tom.
Yeah. I'm like, man, like people are like, oh, you gotta heal that past life. Man, they can take care of themselves, man. That's fucking. I fucking ain't healing the whole world's worth of shit. I got enough fucking shit from this lifetime to heal. I mean, you listen. It's funny because you listen to some of the, the gurus and some of the, and some of the people that have been doing all this stuff all their lives, and they're like, why do you have to heal? Why don't you just let it go? The mind likes to grasp onto things. We have to do this. We have to do that. Let it go. Let it go.
Let me put it to you like this. Sorry, bro. I just want to get this out of the way. You're attached to a story, and the story is dictating. You're giving energy to that story, creating that story more that is going to satisfy the ego. Okay, it's very egotistic. And to understand what the ego is and to separate oneself from what we speak of beliefs, you have a very strong belief. To truly understand that itself, understand what the story is. It was the first post that you put up. If you can go back to that and understand what it says there, you'll see how the story is created and what you're attached to. Everything is a story. That story itself, you're giving life to it because you believe that there is whatever it is that you believe. Now, I am speaking to you about belief, and belief itself is based on a story. As I said, your first post, if you truly grasp that, if you truly know what that means, and if you, as you stated, you understood that, the rest of it, what you're stating, would be easy to see. When your words themselves, and even the way that you type them, my this and my that, and my, that's, mine. That's very ego. Listen to the way that you speak. Watch what you type, how you type, the words that you're using. The ownership, the claiming of what is yours. So you already have that claim of something being yours. That's ego.
Yeah, we're going to break that down. Keeps us in the known. And Tom, man, it goes kicking and screaming, man. It doesn't just lay down.
As I said,
here, check out. Tom, have a listen to this guy, man, Ram Dass. Have a listen to this lecture. It'll help you all. It'll help you all get your head around the basics.
Michelle, listen to yourself. So you're not telling me any of this. This is what you're telling yourself. You say, I don't believe anything that you people write on here. I can be completely honest at this moment. Your words are just words. They're all based on the story that you tell yourselves, aiming to convince others that your story is true, because once you've convinced another, it justifies where you stand. That's the ego. Just, here I am, look at me. Pay attention to your words. You say, if you really have heard what I've said, then I always state to this, and I'll state it again. What did you know before you were educated? Don't answer with your education. How deep can you go with that? What word are you going to use now, which is based on your education, to answer that question?
Michelle, I do that all the time. I see someone's post. I'll see someone's post and they've written all this crap, and I'll be like, dear God. I'll be like, look at that. And I'll be like, and then I'll go, want to type in, are you for real? You haven't really thought about this? And I'll pick up the type and I'll type in like 2 words and I'll go, no, there's no need. It'll just be my ego having a go at their ego. And then I do that all the time. I go, delete the 2 words yet. Not touching it, whatever.
I avoid a lot of things. I kept speaking about, it's not, I said earlier, there's nothing to believe. The truth does not require to be believed. The belief itself is the distraction to the truth itself. You say, I'm not giving you a truth here. I'm not speaking about what the truth is. To be honest with you, you cannot actually speak about the truth because it is the truth that speaks. And when the truth speaks, the truth is not required to be believed. It is the truth. The belief itself is educated. And whatever it is that you believe, I'll guarantee you, it's not yours. You've read it, you've seen it, you've heard it, it doesn't matter. It's based on words. All those words that you are using are your education. Somebody told you. And you've created a story based on what somebody has told you. I said your first post. Everything you're thinking, the way that you're thinking, every belief that you have is based on your education. And you've attached yourself and associated to that belief that others have told you. So now you go about stating whatever it is you're stating, using words which are not your own, have an association given to you, the story that's created for you then, because you believe you created it, you have in a way, you have actually created it. It's not your story that you created. It's not your reality that you've created. You've created the reality based on a belief, and that belief is what you need to work on. Know the belief. Pull yourself away from the belief. Be that which is aware of the belief and has no attachment to any of the beliefs. Can you do that?
Because that's what all the masters say. They say attachment is the root cause of all suffering. So we look at all these beliefs, we look at all these everything that creates an emotion or a suffering or whatever. We look at it and work out where the attachment is, and go, ugh, get off me. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
We have another reading to
do. We have another reading to do.
Yep, Paul.
Oh, okay. I'm far away from that. Paul.
But Tom, go and listen to Ram Dass, and you can get his head around Ram Dass. He'll start to explain it to you, and if you start to see, you'll start to. It's a real eye opener, and. And he actually, in the 50s or the 60s, he was the head of psychology at Harvard University before he got enlightened. So he knows about self-psychosis and how we torture ourselves. Okay, Paul. Can I just get you to take a big breath in, big breath out? Just do that a couple of times. Whew. Paul, there's a lot of things holding on to you, mate. Do you do any spiritual work, Paul? Paul, do you do much spiritual work? Okay, well, it's not a dream. You just have to go online and learn and start doing it. It's everywhere. Okay, look, well, if you've got a pen and paper, you need to look up your energy systems, your chakras. Okay, learn what your chakras are. Okay, because where we hold on to things, we project from, is our solar plexus. And your solar plexus is got, man, you got attachments and stuff energetically hanging on to you, hanging out of you, all around the place. Okay, so you need to get your energy system clear. So look at chakras, cutting cords, all that sort of stuff. Okay, you can get it all off of YouTube. Okay, the body, mind, the soul, the energetic, the physical, the mental, everything. It's one machine, so to speak. Okay. And you got stuff pulling at you, which could. Are you struggling? And I'll give you a little bit of education. Okay. Do you have any like gastroeconomic disorders? Anxiety, pride, ego, inflation, shame, low energy, victim mentality, temper tantrums, anything like that? Okay, these can be some manifestations of when some of these energetic things are out of balance. Yeah. Okay, because your energy system is way out of balance. Okay. So learn about chakras. They're these energy points of our body. Okay, yeah. Well, that's the negative manifestations of when it's out of balance. That's just one aspect. But the thing is, that imbalance there will affect the way the energy flows through all the other places and create a whole other imbalances that can manifest physical, emotional, mental. Okay, so please look into that at the moment. Chakras, someone will put it up. It won't fix all your problems, but when we align these things, then we're able to. It makes it easier to get that shit in check, so to speak, and makes it easier to deal with. Hey, Sandra. Okay. See, because all I'm seeing in front of me now is manifestations of the symptoms. Create the energetics. It's all one and the same. It all just bounces like a pinball machine around and creates this and creates that, and then everything gets disrupted and it grows. Because at the moment, the first card I've got for you is the Peacekeeper. Is at the moment you're holding, because of all what's going on around you at the moment. Okay, there's so much that you've got to hang on to tell yourself that, oh, no, I'm right. Why? Because it's like you try to, it's like, well, you create this bubble of, no, I'm justified, so we can cope, or we can tell ourselves that we're right. But I've got the first card I've got for you as a peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. This is actually having a negative effect on you. This is you're using this to create a false sense of justification around you. Okay, without going too much into it. Okay, this is self-judgment, because the bottom card inverted is the she-wolf. Okay, unleash the wild within. This card is about standing up to negative around you, but it's inverted. So this is saying that all the negativity is inside of you. You're so far inside your head at the moment and so in balance with energy that you need to start doing meditation. You need to start looking into your chakras. You need to start getting your energy body in line. You need to start learning. You need to start growing. You need to start exercising your right. You need to seek. Seek and you will find. If you were a car, Paul, it'd be like, man, get your shit, get your ass into the mechanics. Okay, because you need, man, you leak and coolant, mate, your oil. See, look, the medicine. Be open to healing information. Let us come in between your main pile. You need to exercise your right and take action to heal at the moment. Look, your main action card is a wise one. Grow within your current situation. That is inverted. Because until we take action and exercise the right through knowledge, it's like I was telling someone else before. You can read every book about gardening. I can have 1,000 books on everything about gardening in the world, right? And you can read every one of those fucking books, right? And know every book in that library word for word. Until you have actually planted a garden and grown a garden, you don't know shit. You haven't grown. Okay? That's just an analogy of, now you have to put action into place to grow, brother. Which means you have to seek, you have to find. Okay, look. You know, the wise one, grow within your current situation, inverted. The next card, the great teacher. Learn from your spiritual experiences. Yeah. I can pull cards out to come home. They're saying, man, learn, go. Exercise that right to grow. Because then we stay in victim mentality. That's, see, solar plexus. Solar plexus was just unclogged. And victim mentality, you sit there going, it's not fair, and then you get overwhelmed, and you get anxious, and then you get overwhelmed, and then it's too much, and the emotions come in, and we feed the emotions, and it gets even worse, and we're like, just give up, I don't want to fucking do this. And it goes round and round and round and round until we break the cycle. I do it, and I've got to fucking rip myself out of the cycle. It doesn't stop until I rip myself out of the cycle. Or Staffy gives us a fucking belt kick up the butt. Which he doesn't usually. He just says, get out of the fucking past, motherfucker. Stop fucking feeding it. Look, Fox Spirit. Trust in your talents and changing times. You'll get through it. If you want to get through it, you'll get through it. It's not going to kill you. Okay? It's all doable, but you got to exercise that right. You got to take action. You got to step forward. You got to make the call and put it through with action. And I can pull more cards and more cards and more cards and more cards pull, but they're all going to say the same thing. Do you want me to prove it? See, take charge with authority. Mate. Universe saying, come on, get authority over yourself. Do the shit. Okay. the fire going. Get passionate. Get passionate. Ignite the passion, Paul. Ignite the love for yourself. It's hard because we don't always feel like it, and the universe will create a space. All right. And then you'll start moving forward, and something will try to take that space away from you. And you go back to the old ways, and then you go in cycles. But it's time to take authority and fight. See? Bottom card, warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. Paul, you came in here, man, to this spiritual war on earth. Time to stand up and fight, brother. It's time to stand up and fight. I hope this assisted you.
The first thing I'll go to is nervous. You'll need to take care of that which you've avoided, which is creating anxiety for you. That'll be the first thing that you need to focus on, taking care of things that have been left unattended. So start with that. Those that you have just put aside and ignored, you need to start taking care of those things. There's a lot of nervousness around you, a lot of, you'd hear the word anxiety, but I pick up nervousness more than anything else, which can lead to anxiety, I suppose. But what I will say to you is that there's nothing. I'm not going to go against the link that Cindy put up regarding the beginners on the chakras and so forth. It's always good to know those. Brooke also posted up a link to a talk, Ram Dass. Have a look at that as well. I feel that you'll get what you require of that. You have a philosophical mind, although you're not exercising that the way that you could be, because again, your avoidance, there's a lot of avoidance there as well. The commitment to what we speak here is being committed to it. So all of this is not part-time. It's something that is constant. And how deep you want to go into it is really how deep you want to go into it. I can go to your chakras at this moment, but to truly work with them is, again, it's best to really understand what they are, because you do have blockages, but you also do have a lot of attachments to you, which most people do. The attachments that most people hold on to, the attachments that they have, has a lot to do with thoughts, where what one is thinking about, where one's focus is. When we're focusing on, now, to state this, there's a lot more than just what I'm about to state, but what we're focusing on, we're opening ourselves up to other things interfering with us. The more we focus out there, which is the observable, the more we're focusing on that which is happening out there, the more attention we're giving it, the more we're opening ourselves up to being bombarded with a lot of different types of energies. And as I said, I don't want to lose you on this one. Have a listen to what Brooke has posted. Have a look at the chakras. Get to understand how they work and how they're associated to the body. Start bringing your focus back to yourself and start looking more into the philosophical aspect of spirituality than the spiritual aspect of it. I feel that you're going to get more through the philosophy than you will through trying to understand spirituality. Although philosophy, spirituality, if you like, they're cousins, or they're offshoots of each other. Or spirituality is an offshoot of philosophy. Philosophy is way before spirituality. Look into psychology and get to understand how philosophy and psychology actually work together. And I feel that you can actually grasp something along in those itself. With the psychology aspect, the name that I would always recommend, I feel there's a lot involved in, if you can really get into reading his books or even listening to his lectures, is Carl Jung. And with philosophy itself, and I do feel that that's the direction which you might be more interested in than anything else. Again, without dismissing chakras and without dismissing a lot of things, I feel that the philosophy aspect of it will give you what you're really looking for. And there's more of that clarity. Um, you're a little bit more, you're past a lot of things, but you need to go back to the beginning, not to learn things, but to remember things. So it's good for you to actually start from scratch. And as you're going through them, you'll start to see that they'll be fairly easy for you to grasp because you've already been there. You just don't remember it. And with your focus and a lot of things that you're holding on to as well, is just keeping you blocked from finding that and remembering that. So start with philosophy, start with psychology, look into your chakras, get to understand them, apply them to yourself and see how that works for you and how you feel by it, and how you and what you experience from there. And I suppose we can get back together at some stage and you can let us know where you are at that point. But at this moment, I feel that's where the direction will be good for you. The nervousness, I think that has to do with a lot of over focusing, but also with that which is behind you. It seems like there's something chasing you there, or something that's directing you to things that you don't necessarily want to be doing, but things that you have to take care of. Take care of them. Once that's out of the way, I feel that your path will be a little bit clearer to focus on what you want to focus on. Hope that helps, Paul.
You're on mute, Brooke.
I was going to say, Sandra, here, I've got a get well soon card for you. Location check, going to be there. Oh, God, look at the time.
One hour. I'm going on for 1 hour. I'm only going on for 1 hour. 1
Only
hour.
going for 1 hour.
Yeah,
1 hour.
1 hour.
Yeah,
I'm only
1
going
hour.
for 1 hour. 1
Only
hour.
going for 1 hour. I know. I already started eating hummus.
Hey, Sandra, where can I send you that card? You have an address?
Be careful what you ask for, Sandra, especially on this show.
So I've got a couple of cards here I can send you. I've got a couple of business cards. I can send you some of them as well. I have more than just one card there. I've got cards from everywhere else as well that I can send you.
We're out here, aren't we?
No, no. Are you 6? You could be 7, maybe 5. Or what about 3? Actually, it's actually 2. I know that for certain. Good night, Michelle.
No.
Yeah,
Hey,
send
no
me
one
your
else
address. I'll
donate.
send you some. I'll send you a
worries.
card. Send me. Okay, anybody who wants a card, send me your address and I'll send you a card.
Cindy sends me decks of cards. So I'm a good boy.
I've got a few here that I was getting ready to throw out. I'm more than happy to send them to you guys. So just send me your address. There's a few here.
Yeah, God, man, I got like I got a shelf full of decks of cards that I don't even use.
Good one.
Occasionally, I'll pull out the unicorn deck just to mess with Angelita. Okay, people, I'm spent. I've had enough. I got to get up and do
I'm
stuff
done.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to call it as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
it's
3:24 exactly.
Yeah, it's like 1:16 in the morning, 1 a.m. Okay.
It's a 1:45 here.
Okay.
Good night, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.